Hi there and welcome back to It's Only Paper. I'm Lisa and today I'm in my new junk journal. I am already loving this. Look at these pages. Today I am going to be talking about everyday journaling. We're going to be talking about that a little bit and also talking more about freedom journaling. I am choosing to go on this page here. I've got a paper bag there in the center. I wanted it kind of neutral. I've got some photos here. It is my weekly journal, but it's very loosely based around weekly journaling, which again, we'll discuss more throughout this video. But really hope you'll enjoy this journal with me and I hope it inspires you too. I might just take a random bag of old supplies and use that. I've got the umbrella. I've punched out during the last Patreon Zoom, I punched out a load of bits and pieces from old books and cut bits out. Look at that lovely kingfisher. I know the exact page I'm doing that. And then I got my punches and punched some bits out. I've got some paper there. I've also got a Starbucks receipt. This, we went shopping at the weekend and that was on, what was it on? Oh, my toiletry bag. I've just found a little sticker there as well. So yeah, I'm going to do that. Let's have a look and see what is in this bag. I love that. I love the stars. Oh, we've got some cameras. So this is like just a surprise bag of goodies. Oh, that might work. Got some leaves. This is quite fun actually. Oh, look. Those would work great. Just not knowing what was in here and just thinking, right, I'm going to use whatever is in here. I've been hoarding that because I love it. I might pop that on there. Let's do that. Let's get my glue stick and my tape. And we are just going to do a bit of sticking and cutting. And we're going to have some fun with this one. I love this paper so much. Oh, the other thing I need to do, let's cut these photos out and we're going to use these as well. So Louis came home for the weekend. Although uni is finished for the year, he is starting a master's over 2 years, and so he's kept his uni job and he needs to obviously work for the summer. So he is staying down there with friends. So he came home at the weekend. He said he wanted to watch, he'd missed watching an England game with Aid. So he came home to watch the football. And although I'm not a football supporter and I don't enjoy football, I do like watching the England matches with the boys. I think because it's so important to them, I enjoy it. And I was a football mum for all those years, every single weekend on the pitch. I was one of the very, very few mums that rain or shine was there. I will admit to sometimes having sat in the car, but both of us did, you know, on the days when it's absolutely torrential and there's no shelter. It's not all of our little pitches used to have shelter. Many of them didn't. Well, I quite like that. So yeah, there was the odd time when Aid and I did actually sit in the car, but always where we could see the pitch, always. It was always very important to us that we supported Louis 100%. So yeah, I do like watching football with them, even though I'm not a football supporter. This is quite pretty. I might put that one down there over the branding strip. This is really fun, just not knowing what's in here and just thinking, oh, I'm going to do this. I might pop that there and do this one more of, I think I might pop this over here to create a little flip. And the holly pictures can go underneath. No, they're not going to quite fit. I might need to do something else with those. Oh, should we add some red? Let's add some red. So I mentioned already about this just being very loosely weekly journaling. I used to keep a weekly journal last year, and I used to just pop in and do, whether it was a weekend, whether it was a week or 2 weeks, I would just catch up with it that way. Then we moved house and I haven't had the time, but I've really, really missed just the everyday journaling. So I've decided to go back into it, but with even more flexibility than I had before. I think what was putting me off was the thought of keeping up. You know how I feel about those whole words, keeping up. So I've decided to be even more relaxed with this journal. There is no date order. I will write the dates on the pages, but that way I don't have that feeling of keeping up. I can just pick it up and I have the freedom to just document as and when I want to. You like that little tab there? That's just punched from a magazine. Isn't that cool? It just goes really well. So anything goes in this journal. It's a complete freedom journal. So I am documenting Louis coming home to watch the football. It also happens to be Holly's birthday. She was away for her birthday, so I want to talk about that on this spread. Aid and I went on a very wet walk, so I'll talk about that as well. So there's nothing major. Obviously Holly's birthday is major, but you know what I mean, and it's over a few days. But this page called out to me, so I'm working in it, but it's not in date order. And that may well go there. I just love little bits of scraps like that. We'll cut some of those out. Oh, and I've got some hearts. I quite like that. What have we got on here? Got that one, that's so sweet. I might cut a couple of these out. Oh, and I've got this here. This was left over. It says here and there, loving this. So I might actually pop that on there, like that. Whoops. And then the camera down there, like that. Then that way it covers up the photos down there so you can't see that. I'd like to do something to cover up that one with Louis. I just think I am going to use this. I've been hoarding it for long enough. I love this, and we're going to pop that on the side there. That then gives me space to be able to journal on the frames inside. Perfect, because I didn't actually have any journaling space, so that worked really well. Let's pop that over there. Also need to find room for my Starbucks receipt. I need to find, actually I could even pop it on there. Might add a little clip. I like to be able to see what we've ordered. So, actually, I'm going to put it on the back. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm just going to staple it at the top. And then that way it can pull out. Perfect. That is sorted. We will deal with that in a minute. I'm sending sunshine your way because Holly is in Berlin and it's very, very sunny. We have got, I think I might staple those on there. I have just found, oh, I've just torn it. Oh, that's a rubbish thing. That was a really cute little sticker which I have completely torn, so I definitely won't be using that. I'm going to cut a couple of these out to pretty up the page a little bit. We'll add a little bit of pink. It's so much fun finding all these little scraps and just adding them to the page. I'm not sticking anything down at this stage, I'm just popping it in place to see what I think. I've just got loads and loads of bits and pieces. I'm glad I did this actually. This is very relaxing. I think I might stick these pieces in place for now and see what we're left with. And then starting to do some journaling. Oh, I found that piece as well. I'd forgotten about that. I like these, so sweet. I think that's the biggest change with what I'm doing now. It's making it relaxing. I'm taking all the stress out of it. Things that did seem quite stressful before that didn't need to be, but I still felt it, about trying to get everything in order, keeping on top of things, not falling behind. And it does, I know I'm not the only one, it stresses you out. So I feel like I've eliminated all that stress. So when I'm journaling for fun, stress-free, and I'm loving it. And yeah, if I include something, that's wonderful. If I miss something out, that's absolutely fine. And if it's in the wrong order, that's totally fine too, because I've got the date on the page, but it's what I'm fancying doing at this very time. So if you're just wanting to journal for fun as well, no stress, I seriously recommend you give this way a go. My stapler is not happy at the moment. It doesn't seem to want to close the backs. There. I think that needs to come down just a little bit more. There, I think I am almost done. I want to do something over there. This out, this heart day, and I have got stickers left over from my kit. I'll leave the links to this down below. Let's have the dancing in the rain because it was raining when we walked. We will have a couple of these actually. Oh, I've got these as well. I do these as an ad gifted. When it comes to everyday journaling, one of my favourite things to do is to include to-do lists. Sometimes I include to-do lists that I've already written out and do those. Today, however, I've got loads and loads of these old Cocoa Daisy planner sheets, and they are so handy. Look, you've got the title there already, Daily To Do, and I love the ideas bit as well. But they're really good. You've got your space for journaling then as well on to-do lists or old journal. You know when you've got like journaling pads and collections and all that kind of thing, they're just perfect. Or the other thing what you can do is sometimes you can pick up in the sale, especially the end of the year sales, you can pick up planners, calendars, that kind of things that are outdated. You can still use those in your journals as well, because it doesn't really matter that they're outdated. You can just kind of like put stickers or stick things over those bits and still make do with them. They're really, really handy to use. I'm also using on this page here, this is a chip bag. We went to Taco Bell and the fries were amazing, by the way. It didn't get too greasy and I really wanted to do a page about it. That's what this is about. I have been wanting to try Taco Bell forever. Whenever we were in the States, I always wanted to go, none of the family wanted to, and I agree, you go with the majority, don't you? I'm not going to go somewhere that nobody else is fussed with. Holidays are too short for that. So I've never actually been, and then now that we've moved house, we pass Taco Bell quite often by Salisbury, and it's on the side of the road. And then finally we went to see Louis, which is the page I'm also working on, and then finally we stopped. We were really hungry and we stopped for a Taco Bell finally. It was seriously good, so I wanted to document the story behind that as well. I'm doing Louis' page at the moment. It was his 22nd birthday and he had a football match. He's the captain of his team. So we went to watch him and his friends, which was really, really fun. So I wanted to include this. This here is one of my favorite little tips for using, I was going to say an umbrella, an envelope. Just take off the top there and then you can stick down the side. It creates a great flip in your page, and you can use used ones as well. If you're able to obviously not sort of remove it with the flip there, the little flap, but then just stick in the back, and then you can do bits and pieces to cover it up, that little flat bit. And it just works really, really well. I've done this a few times and I love how that looks. It adds a little bit of color to your page as well, but it also works really, really well for hidden journaling. I find that a lot with everyday stuff. I don't always want so much on display. I like a lot of hidden, whether it be the photos, whether it be the journals. I found various bits and pieces that I'm using on this page through Happy Mail that's been kindly sent to me. So this page is very much junk, loads and loads of really old stuff, and lots of stuff that's been kindly gifted to me. So it's a really, really nice combination. So yeah, I had these little like plasticky, I don't know what they're made out of. They're quite chunky tabs. Then I've got loads of these stickers that have been sent through. So I thought I would use some of those as well. So I thought I would go through. I was wanting to add a little bit of colour to the page. I was thinking maybe some yellows. So I thought they would go really well. So I've picked out a few of the flowers. I'm however not removing the backing. It was quite fiddly, so I decided just to add my glue stick and add them that way. But let me know if you're still doing weekly journaling, how you're tackling yours. Do you have rules? Do you like to keep up? Or are you rebelling against all the crafty rules this year as well? I have definitely become a rebel crafter and I'm loving it. Get rid of the rules. It's just here to have fun. So yeah, I 100% recommend this. So let's stick on these stickers. So I'm going to stick a few of these, adding a little pop of yellow. The page was becoming too red and pink, although I've got some blue on the other side as well. I love the greenery on the side from my previous page. I do like to have my pages all at different sizes for that reason. It adds lots of interest and works really, really well because you can always see bits and pieces from your previous page. These little stickers I've actually cut in half. And then I was also gifted this postcard, and I thought this would go really, really well inside my Taco Bell chip bag. I had this as well. This was in my junk basket. I've used a circle punch, as you can see, but I didn't want to get rid of this little extra bit that most people would have put in the bin. I love the wording, summer stories. It just goes really well at the moment. So for no particular rhyme or reason, it's being stuck in my journal and I'm happy about that. So I just like the colours, adds a little bit. It's just something fun, but it is not purposefully made like this. It was just me using a circle punch, goodness knows how long ago. And then I've just stuck the extra bits into my junk basket. So today I am using those two. So it really is a mishmash of everything today. I just like pages like this. It feels relaxing, doesn't it? And there's a nice feeling going through your scraps basket and pulling out bits and pieces to use. I really like doing that. Do you have a scraps basket? How do you keep all your bits and pieces? And do you go back through every now and then for a bit of a sort out to try and get rid of stuff? Sometimes I need to do that. Just going to staple on my little Taco Bell photo here on the front of the bag. I'm really pleased with how this is coming together. It feels like my old style pages actually. I feel like I've lost my way a little bit. I think because I took a break for a few weeks, it sometimes then takes me a little while to get back into that. I did do a video about that a little while ago, so I'll leave a link to that below. Just got some odd scraps here, so I'm tearing those a little bit to add to my page. I wanted to add some colour here, but not a contrasting colour. So by adding the similar kind of colour, tearing the edge as well, so you've got the white, I think that goes really well. And again, I've just got all these little scrappy bits here, so I thought I would add those just to add a few pops of colour here and there, and it just brings it all together, ties it all in, and it's becoming a very, very pretty page. I'm really pleased with this. A great way to document the everyday stuff and use up your scraps all at the same time. I am coming back to this the following day. I do quite like doing that sometimes actually, taking a bit of a break and coming back. I'm really quite happy with this. The photo from the other page is bothering me. I hate the half photo thing, or when you've just got a smidgen of a photo, it doesn't flow for me. So I've grabbed this. You may remember I made some journal spots. If you didn't see the video actually of the little journal cards, I'll link it down below. I am thinking about covering that up, turning it into a flip, because it actually looks quite pretty on that side then. So I think I'm going to do that to start with. I feel like I need some kind of photo, and I'm actually thinking I want to be able to see the everyday life and the to-do. So let's trim that down on the little postcard. So let's trim this off. I'm wondering about rounding up the corners as well. Let's see how that looks. Actually, no, I'm happy. I like it like that. You can just read everything so much better. And let's pop that in there. I always say it, but there's a lot to be said about walking away. Not that I was actually stuck yesterday, I wasn't, but I ended up doing other things. So it was a case of genuinely needing to come back today, because I didn't get a chance to finish it yesterday. But I've got new ideas today, which I love. Let's just clear that little bit of sticky there. I didn't measure that quite so well. Let's cut that off. Excellent. That looks better, doesn't it? It just flows better. I am happy. I might even do something. We've got that little bit. I like that it pokes up there, but it looks a bit white for my liking. We could actually pop that on there, then it covers up. See, it's all these little bits and pieces that make the difference. Let's do it this way so that it's, oh, it's a Cinderella one that I made. I made these. We did a Patreon Disney Crafternoon, and I made some of these as a download for everybody. I will be doing another one actually. If you like that kind of thing, I'm going to be doing another one later in the year, so do look out. I've got a free Facebook group. I also have a free tier on Patreon, so you can follow all the news and see what's coming. I share every week what's going on, some behind the scenes stuff, so take a look. If you're not wanting to join Patreon as a paid tier, that's totally fine. I totally get that. But there is a free tier as well if you want to go and take a look. Right, I'm thinking some kind of title somewhere. I've got this one and this kind of one, but I'd like something that kind of sticks out. So I wanted some kind of lettering. I've decided to actually do it on here. Actually, I might even do one there. This is when I start running out of things. Right, I was going to do food on here. I've already been looking at what's available. These I'll do as an ad gifted. I was sent these by Paper Maze. I love these stickers. I just ordered myself some more actually, some black ones. I like these a lot. They are so handy. Let's put this, and actually it says here, although it's wine on there, I don't remember the name, but I had a taste and I liked it. That's me totally. I never remember the names of things. So I thought that was quite a good one. Let's put that on there. No, I will go for the capital. Changed my mind at the last minute. I like that. And then I've got these yellow ones as well. I really wanted an us to put there, a U and an S. No luck. What about here? No. I just want something up there. I think I would prefer yellow. Let's see what I can make a word out of. There we go. I've ended up adding U. So I've got the two words. I'm going to do some journaling now. And then I think this is done. There we go. Here is my finished page. I feel like this one looks a bit like, more like my pages. I feel like my style's kind of been changing a little bit recently, but I'm really happy with this one. Really happy. I think the prettier colours kind of suit me more. They make me happy. So I'm really chuffed with that one. I love the little envelope flip. I've documented about it being Louis' birthday. I'm going to watch him play futsal, and I've done about the Taco Bell which I've been wanting a Taco Bell for absolutely years, and then we've got one in between our old house and where we are now in Salisbury. We drive past it all the time and we finally stopped, and it completely exceeded our expectations. I've been on about going to Taco Bell since we first started going to the States. It's been a very long time. So yeah, that's my page. I'm really chuffed with that. Just doing the everyday stuff, which I'm really enjoying. Nothing of any particular significance. I know obviously we went to see Louis, but it wasn't actually on his birthday because he was busy on his birthday. So we just caught up with him, going to watch him play a game of futsal on a Sunday morning, and then stopping off for Taco Bell on the way home. So that's my page today. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I encourage you to do the everyday stuff as well. It's just as important as the big events, and it's always really good to look back on. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it's inspired you to go and document your everyday bits and pieces as well. And I look forward to seeing you in a new video on Thursday. Lots of love. Bye.